This is Hazel. She just turned 7 months old. We're about to do an 850 meter long tracking shoe line. It'll be her longest track so far. I don't expect that to be any problem. It's only about 6 hours old. We'll be working on line control. Scenting conditions should be excellent. There's in the beginning blood for the first 30 or 40 yards, and then it drops down to 10 or 20 steps apart, and most of the track, 75-80% of the track, is about 50 steps apart, and the last I think last 130 yards there's no blood, which should be no problem at all for her. We're going to get started. I'm starting her, actually pointing her backwards to let her really learn about starting by herself. The line goes that way, and I'm pointing her actually backwards a little bit. I've got blood. You can see a little piece of fur, and of course I pounded this tracking shoes in here. We'll let her get started. Good. She's starting to figure out not to just go the direction I point her when we start. That was nice. It's 3:31. I'll be working on the first part of Verhaaren on this line also. When she's locked into the line nicely, I will hold her back, teaching her that when she's on the line. Oh, that was a nice job. I even went along this here and then cut off. Very nice. Teaching her the first part of Verhaaren, which is when I stop you and you're on the line, just stand there and keep pulling the direction you want to go, and you'll be able to go. Later on we'll expand upon that so that she learns that if I stop her, and now we're going to every 10 steps. Later on she'll learn. Here I held her back a little bit because she was off the line unnecessarily. Later on she'll learn that this goes up this trail also. Nice job. Nice job, Hazel. As I was trying to say, later on she'll learn that if she's not on the trail and I stop her, she'll go right back. Here we're switching over to every 30 steps. This is more for her brother tomorrow than for her. She doesn't really need any blood at all, and he needs a couple more tracks and he'll be blood free also. Again, this scenting conditions is real easy. It's only 6 hours old. And just hold her there a moment and let her go. Like I said, it's only 6 hours old, and his tracking shoes are no problem. Okay. She's working about 2 yards downwind of the line. I'm going to let this go for a little while. Good, she comes back to the line. I went right through there. Good. These are all bicycle trails, mountain bike trails, but the deer follow them as well. The leaves get cleared because the bikes are going so fast that it blows the leaves off. Here comes a mountain biker. Every time there's a ribbon, there's a spot of blood. If there's no ribbon, there's no blood. It's just tracking shoes. I stopped her there. I would consider that an unnecessary check. Okay, there's a left turn here. She's recognized the turn already. Beautiful. Nice job, Hazel. She was, what, maybe 3 feet past that turn. Beautiful job. I'm letting her work this check. Good girl. Right there we went through. There she was just doing what I consider to be a normal check. She didn't just reach out. Sometimes she turns left and right and just reach out. That's when I stop her. But there she was doing some slow, methodical searching. Up here, this pile of ribbons, it's going to go to every 50 steps. Again, it means almost nothing to her. The blood's unimportant. And this is for tomorrow when I run her brother Hunter, who's about 10 or 11 tracks behind her. He needs blood a little bit just to reinforce things for 1 or 2 more tracks, then he'll be good. Without blood also. I stopped her there. It was unnecessary for her to turn there. And there. You can see when I stop her, she comes right back. She knows where it is. She just wants to be curious and check out some of that other stuff, but there's no need for it. If she can come right back when I stop her, then she knew where it was in the first place. She had no need to make those checks. It's just curiosity, immaturity, and experience. Right there. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Could be cross trails. There's the line again. Right where she lost it, there was no need for it. Good girl. Let me just stop her there for a moment. Stopped her there again. So now it's every 50 steps. If the ribbon is pointing towards me, there's not actually blood there. If the ribbon's hanging down, if the clothespin is hanging down, I actually put blood. Hazel, back to work. No. Good girl. Tangle her here. Good girl. Spot of blood in here somewhere because the ribbon, the clothespin's up and down. Right there's the line, perfect. You can actually kind of see where I walk through here. It crosses right there at that log where the log is broken in the wall. It goes across a road crossing, some leaves and macadam, which she's never had before. I'm sure it should be no problem. And it goes up there, you can see the ribbons. Let's see what she does here. Wind happens to be coming from that direction. That's slightly helpful. See if she notices it. Oh, good girl! Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Now she's got to figure out how to get across. Good girl. Good girl. Psychological barrier there. She's a little worried about jumping over that wall. Come on, girl. We'll help her. Hazel, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on. Come on, girl. Hazel, come on. Come on. Come on, girl. That's the puppy in her. Good girl. Good girl. Had a little blood there for her, just as a reward for going over that wall. I thought it might give her a little trouble. It's a little bit scary to her. Little 7-month-old puppy. Good girl. Now let her settle back in. Stop her again. Good. Just stop her for a split second. I don't want to. There we go. Good girl. That was about as long as I stop her right now. She's good and locked in like this. About every other ribbon here is blood. No. No. Come on. Get back here. Hazel. Hazel, come on, back where you had it. Good girl. Good girl. Little spot of blood she came back to. Oh, no, it wasn't blood. This was just a place I marked so I know where I went. No blood here. Oh, looks like I did. Oh, yeah. Okay, it is blood here. My mistake. Good girl. I had blood over there for the purpose of, if she had trouble with that crossing, to have a good reward on the other side, real confirmation that she's doing the right thing. She's having a little more trouble than I would have expected on this. This will be interesting tomorrow. It's a little dry right now. It was pretty warm today. Actually 62 or 63 degrees Fahrenheit. The leaves are really dry. They were damp from a really heavy fog this morning when I laid the line. And the ground underneath the leaves are damp. This is just a marker. Blood's up there at the ribbon. And sensing conditions are a little bit harder than I expected. It'll be interesting to see how it is in the morning when I run it. Should be more moisture on the ground. See how she does. I would have expected her not to have all these little checks. Good girl. That's the line right there. Goes up and over this log. No. Line went through here. Goes up here and up here a little bit. That is not the line. Huh. This little rise here is giving her some trouble. Good girl. Left-hand turn up here. Put the turn right here in this little bit of brushy stuff because many times I kick deer out of here hoping to have some hot lines, or at least some deer that were just here not too long ago or in the last few hours. There's not a lot of cover in this mountain, so they hang around in here quite a bit. The line turns right there. She's a little short of it, but she goes over to where it crosses. I'm going to have to let it go. You can see I scuffed it in. There's the turn. That's it. Good girl. These are actually pawpaw trees. That's a marker. If I'm not saying anything, I'm not influencing her at all. In these videos, if I handle her in some way, if I hold the leash back or try to manipulate her into doing something, I'll tell you. So for the last couple minutes, she's just been working this all by herself. I haven't had to do anything. I'm satisfied with her style. I'm satisfied with her line control right now. I just stopped her there. The line's right through there. And that's what I'm talking about. I stop her. Now she's got to come back and find it. You have to be careful when you stop the dog that you're not always standing on the line. When you're teaching line control, the dog learns, like you just saw right there, right here a moment ago. She came back to my feet. She came back to my feet to see if that's where the line was, to reacquire it. Stopped her there too. She knows the line was up there where she had it, so I'm not going to let her go any direction except back up to where she had it. She's upwind of the line right now. No! A little critter hole there. I'm going to take her back. That's a mild correction for becoming distracted. I know the line's here because my marker's here. Find it. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where did he go? I actually crashed through there when I came through here this morning laying the line. I don't think if I went over here or there. I think I went right over here. Yeah, right there is where I went over. Little psychological problem. No. Find it. Find it. She had it there, but that physical barrier psychologically stopped her. Find it. Find it. Figure out a way. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. There we go. Good girl. I want her to see this is a team effort. Lines over here. This is pretty much the distance that we typically go. We're at about 500 or 600 yards right now, 500 or 600 meters, and that's the longest she's gone before. This is 800 meters. I have suspected, good girl, she tends to sometimes get a little wild at the end. I had suspected that we were, 500-600 meters was her psychological limit for her maturity. And then she just starts, I don't know if she gets worn out or just starts to get excited or tired. And the tiredness makes her rambunctious, just like a small child who wants to go to sleep. They act up crazy and act wild and naughty even though they're tired. They're more energetic because they're cranky. Not that she's cranky, but from what I'm seeing here, her style is getting looser and wilder. Her line control's falling apart. That 500-600 meters looks to be what limit I should keep her tracks at for a while. We'll see if it comes back together here the last 200 meters or so. But actually didn't plan on making this 850 meters long or 800 meters, whatever it is. But that's just sometimes what happens when you're out in the woods. And this is a line that I haven't laid before. It's the same area I often track, but not exactly here, and it ended up getting longer than I expected. So you deal with it, but I'm going to learn something from it, I think. About the dog. I'll write notes at the end of this track on what happened and what I think we should do next. So the next time I go out, if it's a couple days later, I might remember what I wanted to do, but if it's a week or two later, I won't remember what my plan was for the next track. I stopped her there again. Good girl. I stopped her there. This double ribbon up here will be the last spot of blood. As I said, these were about every 50 steps or so, so maybe every 40 meters, something like that. Up here, I think it's it's either 100 or 130 meters. I think this one's 130 meters to the end then when we get to here. Yeah, this is my last blood, about 130 meters to the end. Good girl. I held her there on the line and she kept pulling straight, so I let that go. Of course I let it go and told her she was a good girl. Stopped her there. The line's over there and the wind's coming from this direction. There's no reason for her to be this far to the left. Good girl. Good girl. There was an example where she had to come back over, go past me, get back on the line. Little distraction, some PP paper from a cross-country biker. They had to stop and do their business. I purposely aimed for that, knowing what it would be. Good girl! Held her there again on the line. Well, showed her if you keep pulling, you can keep going if you're on the line. Lesson being, if I stop and you're not on the line, you better get back there. And if I stop and you are on the line, just stand there and keep pulling and I'll let you go. When she put her nose there, I scuffed the hoof in right in dead center in the middle of that road today. I know that was a hoof print. I stopped her there. No reason for her to go there. I teach her that things go right across roads. 9 times out of 10, heck, 9.5 times out of 10, when a deer comes to a road or a path, he crosses right across it. I stopped her there. No need to go up there. She knows she had the scent right here. Why is she searching left and right? Unnecessary. I know why, because she's searching out, but I don't want her to use that kind of thinking. I'm purposely walking off the line. The line's in there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, she's back on it. Good girl. And these are just markers. There is no blood out here till we, except at that double a ways back. I came right through here, perfect. She's right on her way to the skin. Actually, it's a deer's leg, and there it is. Went right by it. 1 foot, there it is, good girl! Good girl, Hazel. Oh, yeah. Good girl, yeah. Good girl, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good girl. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Hazel, look here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, huh? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Good girl, huh? Good girl. Good girl, Hazel. Hazel, come here. Good girl. Look. Oh, you know what's coming, don't you? Yeah. You know what's coming. Look here. You're looking for your food. You're looking for your food. Oh, yeah. Good girl. Okay. Interesting exercise. Good girl, Hazel. Sometimes there's just a leg at the end. Sometimes I have her food, depending on the time of the day that we're tracking. Good girl, yeah. Today I think she was looking for her food, obviously. Good girl. All right, that's it for today.